And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Kinnett Stadium as we have got the Midtown Showdown for you on George Alabama Sports Live. It's Columbus, it's Hardaway, and we are excited to be here. Richard Holdridge, along with my broadcast partner, making his, debut with me, like Ricky Rogers. We've been on the air before, but Ricky, what are you looking forward to about this Midtown Showdown?
You know, Richard, you got to throw the records out of the window in rivalry games. And Hardaway's not had the season that they wanted to have, but, you know, this is a rivalry game. And Hardaway may just show up and play some great ball and set Columbus down. Either way, somebody's going to get a trophy tonight and be able to brag about being the champions of the Midtown Showdown.
Yeah, Hardaway won this last season. It was played at Otis Spencer Stadium. Columbus is the home team. They're playing it on a Thursday night, and a fun fact, this is the only Muskogee County game this week. A lot of teams are on a bye because it is fall break, and they're choosing to play this game on a Thursday night, possibly because of fall break. Here comes the Columbus Blue Devils, 5-1 after defeating Greenville in a makeup game at Memorial Stadium last week. Hardaway just came off a bye, and they're trying to get their first win of the season under first-year coach Will Weldon.
You know, Coach Weldon he took over a team, and you know they had a little bit of success last year. This year, they're still looking for their first W, and hopefully tonight they'll stand up and they'll play hard. Whether they win or lose, you just want them to show out.
If Hardaway is going to pull off their first victory of the season, they're going to have to find a way to slow linebacker. He's also plays running back. And, of course, Grant Garinger, who was the leading rusher from last year's team. This Hardaway team is very young. No Bobby Gary. He's at Pacelli. But we're getting ready to kick this. Miller kicking it off for Hardaway, and we are underway. And Andrew Smith takes it at the 5. He makes a cut. He's at the 10. He's got an open hole. Andrew Smith's at the 40, the 50, 40. He will not be caught. It is a touchdown for the Columbus Blue Devils. And we're not even 15 seconds into the game. Fans haven't even sat down in their seats, and Columbus is already up 6-0.
What a start for Columbus. What a start. You know, he got the special teams units from Columbus where they went out, they laid their blocks just as they're supposed to, gave him a good hole. He got along that sideline, and it was gone. He was off to the races.
Yeah, Andrew Smith saw a hole, and he was able to make the cut, and nothing but green grass in front of him. Here's Isaiah Virgil on to attempt the extra point. Remember, he kicked that 50-yard field goal. The slow snap, the kick is up, and it is good. Not even 15 seconds, 11:45 left to go in the first, and Columbus is already up 7-0. By the way, their first quarter is brought to you by State Farm. Carol Purdue, she's been a proud supporter of George Alabama Sports Live since the very beginning, serving the Phoenix City area for over 14 years. Hardaway will get the football next. Columbus up 7-0 in the Midtown Showdown. And we're going to go ahead and keep it here because it looks like they're about to kick off. Ricky, what was your impression of that kickoff return for Andrew Smith?
The speed, first of all, the vision to be able to see that sideline, to see that he had a crease and was able to hit it and run. And then, you know, just eyes on the end zone. He didn't worry about anybody behind him. You didn't see him turn his head backwards to see if anybody was catching him. And that's super important. You know, for Hardaway now, it's the famous Rocky line. It doesn't matter how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times can you get back up.
Yeah, absolutely. Jacoby Henry is back to receive this kick for Hardaway. Isaiah Virgil is going to let this one sail. And then we're going to have a chance to see Hardaway on offense. Also, Jameer Brown is back to return this kick for the Hawks. Virgil, line drive kick that sails right at the goal line, and that is going to be a touchback. The referee said because he caught it and went backwards into the end zone. There, calling that his momentum carried him into the end zone. So they're going to go ahead and start at the 30-yard line. No, they're starting at the 20.
Thank you for Coach Will Weldon. Right now, you're telling your team that you can't worry about the score that's on the scoreboard. You've got a job to do. Let's get out. Let's do our job, and let's try to get some points of our own up there.
Yeah, this has been a tough season for Hardaway. They went 4-6 last year under Coach Ryan McKenzie. He's now at Pelham. They were on the doorstep of the playoffs last year. Bobby Gary Jr. really was their dual threat quarterback that Andrew Smith is this year for Columbus. But they do have a new quarterback under center. And the handoff and going nowhere was the running back. The new quarterback is Kevin Williams. That is Jacoby Henry is going to be the running back for Hardaway. And we got a Jack Houston Memorial Hospital official timeout. We'll step aside here. It's 7-0 in the Midtown Showdown. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
At Stadium, Ricky Rogers, Richard Holdridge, the Midtown Showdown. This has always been a great tradition. I enjoy calling the Midtown Showdown. I was on the call last year. It was a different story. Hardaway, we talked about that 4-6 season last year. Columbus only won 2 games last year. And as you can see, the offensive tackle for Hardaway is able to get up. That's Caden Wilson, but that does not look good. He's not putting weight on that foot. Yeah, that's going to be a tough blow for Hardaway if they're losing one of their starting offensive linemen.
Right now for the Hawks, it's next man up. There's some young man that's been working his tail off all season waiting for this opportunity. He's got to come out. He's got to make the most of it and try to give the Hawks some good field position here. They're at the 20. Didn't get much on their first play.
Yeah, Kevin Williams, which is a senior for Hardaway. He's going to be in the shotgun. They got a bunch formation. And he's got the lone running back. Man of motion. And the handoff. It gets taken down for a big loss. And that is number 8, Will Seals, with a big tackle for the loss on Jameer Brown. And now it's going to set up for a 3rd and long for Hardaway.
The last Columbus game I watched was their game against Shaw, and I was pretty impressed with their defense. That night, they were able to shut down Shaw's very mobile quarterback and come out with the win in that game, and it doesn't look like they've let up any.
3rd down and 14 at the 16-yard line for Hardaway. Have not seen Williams throw the ball yet. This is definitely a passing play or to try to get a bubble screen, get blockers in front to try to pick up this 1st down. He's got a spread formation, 4 wide receivers. Williams, quick step drop back, and makes a cut. Nice move there by Jameer Brown, still on his feet. They're pushing the pile. He's going to go nowhere. Might have lost a couple yards on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think you had a good play design there. I think the offensive lineman kind of let up on their blocks a little bit, allowed that defense to crash in and make that play behind the line of scrimmage, which is not what you want to see if you're a Hardaway Hawk.
Yeah, Rayshawn Glover is going to be back to receive this punt. Columbus is going to get good field position as we've got Robert Allen is going to be back to punt. And that might be Xavion Lindsay. Allen is just back there just as a blocker. It looks like Columbus is going to bring the house. Low snap, almost blocked. That might have been partially blocked, but it takes a favorable bounce for Hardaway, and it rolls all the way at the 49-yard line. That's where Columbus is going to have it with 9:26 left to go here in the 1st.
Great field position for the Blue Devils.
And we're going to get a chance to see Andrew Smith the fourth run this offense. Already up 7-0. There's a lot of things he could do. He's got some good running backs that's able to get open in the flat. If he doesn't carry it, you got Rashawn Glover, you got Mike Fox, you got Grant Garinger. That's not a bad trio of running backs.
It is certainly not a bad trio. Garinger, like you said, led the team in rushing last year. He's really a Swiss Army knife for this Blue Devils team.
And here he goes. That is Mike Fox on the carry, and he's pushing the pile. And on the first carry, he loses his helmet close to the marker, and that's going to bring up a second down and about 1. No, he actually got the first down.
Richard, are the rules the same as college where they have to stay out of play if they lose their helmet?
All right, hurry up to the line. Ball at the 39-yard line. That was a gain of 10 by Mike Fox. Smith in the shotgun. Glover in motion. Smith, play fake, pass to Glover, and Glover drops the ball. That will be a dead ball, an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up second down.
You respect the play design. He had that play wide open. I think if Glover would have come up with that ball, I think he would have got some good positive yardage out of it.
Oh, no question about it. If Glover makes the catch, he might have been up the field at least 20 yards.
That'll be a play they'll watch on film, and I'm sure Glover will hit himself in the head over a few times.
Smith, the handoff, little reverse handoff, makes a cut, and Grant Garinger, there he goes. He's at the 20, spin move, and he gets taken down hard by Adrian Taylor, but a big first down for the Columbus Blue Devils.
That was a big hit. Garinger pops right up. Little jawing going on. I love to see it. He is not worried at all about Hardaway's defense and the hits that they're delivering.
What a run by Grant Garinger. It is a 1st and 10. Ball is spotted at the 16-yard line. It's a good drive so far for the Columbus Blue Devils. Malachi Moore is the receiver to the far side. Smith, handoff to Fox. Fox pushes the pile, gets about 5 yards on the carry, and it's going to bring up second down. Still can get the first down before they get to the end zone.
He's got about 4. Yeah, 2nd and 4.
I think if you're Columbus, you've been doing a good job running the football. You just run it here. Smith trips, bunch formation to the right. Smith, handoff to Fox. Fox, he gets stuffed. That was Ryan Thomas on the tackle. And
Hardaway's.
Also Robert Allen. Man, Ricky, that reminded me of that 4th and 1 play the Rams tried to pull on the Niners last Thursday night.
I tell you, the Hardaway defensive line just crashed. It's like they knew that play, knew where it was coming, and they all just crashed, filled that hole, and were able to get the
And you know who's the first player on that
game.
play? Hardaway's Michael Williams.
Yes.
Smith, play fake, rolls to his left, feeling the pressure, making a man miss, and he gets taken down for the sack. That's Charlie Good with a big stop, a huge stop for Hardaway, and it's 4th down, and you know Columbus has got the field goal kicker, Isaiah Virgil. He can make a 50-yarder. I don't see him coming out, but that is... It's a 4th and 10, and they are going for it, or are they going to bring out Isaiah Virgil?
I think Columbus is going to line up, and they're going to dare Hardaway to stop them. Hardaway can make a big statement right here if they just they crunch up and they put a stop to Columbus's offense right here.
If you're Columbus, you don't want to come up without any points, but they're going for it on 4th down. Smith has a hole, and he's pushing the pile. He's close, but he's not going to get it. And Hardaway with a big stop on 4th down.
That's a huge stop. Got to be a confidence boost for Hardaway. They needed that stop, and they now see that you know what? Hey, we can play on the same field with Columbus High.
Yes, the Hardaway defense has got to be pounding their chests right now because they were able to stop Columbus when Columbus had all the momentum. But now the Hardaway offense, who went 3 and out last time, is trying to get something going here. Kevin Williams is going to be out for the Hardaway Hawks.
As I said in the opening, Richard, this is a rivalry game. Throw the win-loss record out the window. Who's going to show up? Who's going to play smash mouth football? looks like both teams came to play.
No question about it. And they do play for a trophy, by the way, so it's a big deal. The pitch in the backfield going nowhere. Oh, no, he broke the tackle, still on his feet. Oh, he's still going. Tip-a-toeing the sidelines is Jacoby Henry. How did he get out of that tackle? I thought it was going to be a big loss on the play.
You know, and the little stutter step that he took right when he got the ball helped him out more than anything. It allowed that offensive line to move some guys out of the way for him to find a little bit of a seam, and it's good for, what, 12, 15 yards.
What a run by Jacoby Henry. Now Hardaway with a first down at the 25-yard line, the biggest play of the night for the Hawks. Hardaway looking for their first victory of the season. They came close. They lost to Greenville in overtime, 32-26. But they've played a tough schedule and just trying to figure out and get that first victory of the season. Handoff is Jacoby Henry. And he gets taken down. What a stop by Ryan Miller. Sets up second down.
It is great to see Coach Will Weldon's team, having a little positive momentum. And we've got a player down on the field.
Yeah, it's a Jack Houston Memorial Clinic injury timeout. We'll step aside and take a timeout, too, as you're watching the Midtown Showdown on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Back after this.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Glenn Smith Truck Month is here. Get massive savings on GMC Sierras and Canyons. Check them out. Full-size GMC Sierras up to $14,500 off. GMC Canyons up to $5,000 off. Or take advantage of 0% financing, plus no payments until next year. At Glenn Smith GMC Opelika. Now in our 33rd year. Get ready to smile.
And welcome back here to Kinnett Stadium. We had a injury on the field, Ricky, and they had to bring out the cart. Hopefully he is going to be okay. We're trying to get the jersey number. I didn't see one, but yeah, we had quite a delay just because of the injury, having to bring the card out.
You see the Columbus players huddled up now, saying a prayer for their teammate, and I think that's best for everybody. Say a prayer for that young man, that he'll heal quickly and get ready to be back on the field.
Absolutely, and we hope that he's able to have a speedy recovery. 5:52 left to go here, and Hardaway has got the football.
You know, one thing about being injured as a competitor in Muskogee County on a sports team is you have some of the best care just right up the road with Houston Clinic.
No question.
Some of the best doctors in the world, and they'll get that young man patched up.
Yeah, they do a great job, and we appreciate the Houston Clinic, one of our sponsors that really they have sports.
Definitely seen the field pretty well. Columbus's defense got to look at his number, and they've got to remember that number.
Yeah, remember last year's leading rusher, Mekhi Mims, actually graduated. They lost a lot of players from last year's team, a lot of skilled players. But it's good to see Jacoby Henry, who's a junior, by the way. So we're going to get a chance to see him next year. Kevin Williams in the shotgun. High snap. Handoff is to Henry, and nothing but a blue wall. Michael Fox was in on the play. Number 77, Isaiah Crowder on the play. Henry was going nowhere. That was a big play there by the Columbus defense.
You know, it's got to be tough. You're staying on the field and continuing the game when your teammate just left on a cart. You think that might give them just a little bit of motivation.
Yeah,
play hard.
No question about that. Williams, handoff. Oh, it's a reverse handoff. And it's over to Jameer Brown, and he gets taken down for a no gain on the play. Woody Holland. And yeah, Woody Holland was on that, and also Landon Figgins. Had several players for Columbus on the play. 3rd and 9. This is a situation Hardaway's going to have to try to get blockers in front.
We have yet to see Hardaway air the ball out. I think right now, if you've got a good, solid pass play in your playbook, I think right now is where you call it. You get 3rd and 9. Hardaway needs a first down. They need to hold on to the ball.
Williams in the shotgun. And they do go to a run play, which it's a big run by Jacoby Henry, which they probably set that up because they're probably going to go for it on 4th down. This is now a manageable 4th down for Hardaway.
Yeah, I think they've got probably 4th and 3.
But now I'm seeing that they're going to send the punting unit out. I don't know. If I'm Hardaway, if I'm Coach Will Weldon, I'd go for it here.
At this early stage in the game, I think right now you want to try to play the field position. Defense looked great on Columbus's last possession. Hardaway's defense looked pretty good. They were able to prevent Columbus from finding the end zone. And I think if you coach Will Weldon, that you're hoping this field position pays off.
Hopefully it pays off for Coach Will Weldon. Andrew Smith back to return this punt. He's at the 30. They're bringing to the house, and that was blocked. It's going to roll, and it's going to take a friendly bounce, and it's going to land at the 48-yard line. And Columbus Special Teams comes up big with the block punt.
I think the snapper put that just a little high for the punter to grab. He had to reach up and grab it and then reset himself to kick. That's another thing that Coach Weldon can correct once he watches film.
Just want to remind everybody that this game is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the Houston Clinic, Coca-Cola, and Kinetic Credit Union. Smith, and we got a pre-snap whistle. Don't forget that this first quarter is also brought to you by State Farm. Carol Purdue has been a proud supporter of Georgia Alabama Sports Live since the very beginning. That's going to be a false start on Columbus. Columbus coming in 5-1. Ricky, last time they made the playoffs was 2018 under Coach Phil Marino. And
Coach Marino's an absolute legend.
Oh, yeah. And they've had NFL players like Usain Bassi, and they made the playoffs in 2015. This team has not had the success they've had so far this season in almost a decade. And so they're right now 5-1. And they know how big this game is, especially taking on their rival.
You know, Columbus for many years traveled with a huge student section. It does not look like they came out tonight. Columbus does have a great crowd on their side, but you don't see that big wall of Blue Devils.
And then the play fake, the give is to Rayshon Glover. Glover's got a block. Oh, and he gets taken down by Josh Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart saw that play coming, and he stayed right with the ball carrier and made the tackle behind the sticks. Columbus looking now at a 2nd and 15 maybe.
Yeah, second and 13. Which I'm wondering if they got some of it back because it was a 1st and 17. The false start, they were backed up 5 yards, but now it's a 2nd and 15. Smith in the shotgun. The handoff, play fake. Smith's going to take it himself. No, he's going to throw it, and that is caught by Will Seals, and he got a pretty good gain there, about a 9-yard gain, but it's going to be first pass of the game.
Man, I love to watch mobile quarterbacks, guys that can get it done with their arm and their legs. And Andrew Smith is one of those players that can do it with both. There, he looked like he was going to tuck and run, and he dropped back, threw that big arm up, and found an open guy.
That's a great weapon to have, as somebody that can roll out of the pocket and throw on the run. And this is a manageable 3rd down for Columbus. Probably 4-down territory. Let's see what they do here. Smith. Play fake. Nope, he gives it to Fox. Fox breaks the tackle. He's got the 1st down. Still chugging those legs and pushing the pile. He will not go down. He finally gets taken down at the 33. A 1st down for the Blue Devils.
I love to see physical running backs, guys that keep those legs moving. All the way back in Little League, your coaches are telling you, keep your legs moving no matter what. Good things happen.
And sophomore Malachi Moore comes into the game. Smith. Oh, that was a handoff to Garinger. Garinger is not going to get anywhere. A good stop on the play. Ryan Thomas in on that tackle. So was Jamari Spellers.
I think Hardaway is daring Columbus to throw the ball. They're telling him, you're not going to beat us on the ground with your running game. If you want to beat us, you're going to have to throw the football.
And one thing, there is a lot of pride being part of that Hardaway defense, because they are the team that has the 2 first-round picks in the last 12 years in the NFL. And people know that, and they have pride in wanting to play for Hardaway. As a big hole by Fox, and he's close to the marker. And that's going to do it for the first quarter. Columbus leads Hardaway in the Midtown Showdown 7-0. And we'll be back with the second quarter here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
Start of the second quarter, Andrew Smith does score a touchdown, but there is a flag on the play. So let's see what the call is as they swap sides of the field. Now Columbus is going from right to left.
You know, as a football coach, you hate to see a yellow flag pop out. I called the Smith Station game this past Friday night with Mike Peacock, and every time either of the teams would make a positive play, you would see those big yellow flags pop out. You know, for a coach, you're just not very happy with that. Looks like that play call is going to stand.
It was that against Hardaway? Well, that might have been the most laxy-daisy touchdown call in my Georgia Alabama Sports Live career. Wow.
There it is.
I mean, I'm just coming out of break. You would think I'd have a little bit more excitement. That's my shtick. I'm supposed to be the Joe Tessitore of Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Ricky.
Hey, let's mark that tape. Let's make sure we get that so it can be put in to show that Richard does, in fact, calm down every now and then.
Virgil on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good.
It wasn't going to be anything else. That's Legatron out there.
Legatron makes it 14-0 in the Midtown Showdown. We'll be back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For work or play, it's Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Silverado and Colorado's ready to roll for Chevy Truck Month. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Test drive the mid-size Chevy Colorados. Big performance and big discounts up to $5,000 off. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
And welcome back here. Columbus leading Hardaway 14-0 in the Midtown Showdown. Ricky Rogers, Richard Holdridge. Hardaway's going to get the football again, trying to make something. They had some pretty good runs by Jacoby Henry, but so far they have not had a whole lot on offense. Virgil, Legatron ends up kicking it to the back of the end zone. That's going to be a touchback.
You know, Hardaway is not out of this game yet. Columbus with a 2-touchdown lead, but you cannot give up. If you're a Hardaway Hawk, you can't give up. You got to keep fighting. You got to keep clawing to get every single yard you can get. And I don't expect anything different to happen. Hopefully these guys will come out and they'll be ready to push back a little.
As we are part of the Midtown Showdown, this is the second year they brought this rivalry back. Last year, it was at Otis Spencer Stadium. They have a trophy they play for. We had a press conference. And this year, it's still got that great feel. Both fan bases are excited about being here. I mean, the parking lot is packed. And, of course, they were tailgating out here at Kinnett Stadium, too. I mean, so they're definitely going all out. There's a big run. Still going, and he gets taken to the 35. Trying to figure out who had that. Was that Jacoby Henry? Of course. Jacoby Henry, he's really been the offense for Hardaway today. I think keep feeding him the rock. That's what I say.
Right. And the Columbus students have started to show up. They're all wearing their camo. This is their annual Hunt a Hawk week. So they're all out in their camo hunting hawks today. They finally started filing into the stadium.
Yeah, that's going to be a first down, ball at the 35-yard line for Kevin Williams on the Hardaway offense. Hand off. Henry still going. Henry's got some space, and he gets taken out of bounds in Columbus territory at the 49-yard line. That's that dude, Ricky.
Henry looks a little bit like lightning in a jar. You take that lid off, and he's gone. He made up quite a bit of yards there for Hardaway. And if I'm Coach Weldon, hey, I'm giving it to 5.
And I got the player wrong. It's not Mekhi Mims, because Lamel Mims was a basketball player. It's Mikel Benton, because there's Mekhi Benton. His older brother played for the Hardaway basketball team under Coach Kendall Mills. It's Mikel Benton, who was wearing number 5 last year, was their leading rusher.
Well, and he's got the right name, that's for sure, for be a Hardaway Hawk.
Yeah, he's wearing the right number, definitely. All right. Hold the phone, everybody, like Keith Jackson would say. And we got a timeout.
Coach Weldon wants to talk to his guys.
Yeah. Well, we'd like an opportunity to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Kinetic Credit Union, Coca-Cola. I'm enjoying a nice Coke Zero myself. And, of course, the Houston Clinic. Don't forget to vote for the Houlihan's Highlight of the Week. Ricky, there might be a play in this game that we could nominate. I'm thinking maybe that
kick return.
Kick return?
That kick return is definitely a candidate for that, and the Alex Quinney good hands play of the game.
They could end up winning both. And then also don't forget that Planet Fitness is now a sponsor. We could get the Student Athlete of the Week. We will be naming a couple of Student Athletes of the Week, and we are excited about partnering with Planet Fitness. Judgment-free zone.
It's great to see this Georgia-Alabama Sports Live is taking off. It's getting recognized in the community as being the source for high school sports here in our area, and you know, Thrift Behringer's done a tremendous job.
Absolutely.
With this.
Ricky,
and you love to see it.
We coming. There's a big stop there in the backfield by the Blue Devils. Number 74 in on the tackle, Lazarius Feggins. On that D line, along with Ochena Onoya. I want to say Noah Oliver was on the tackle too. That D line for Columbus, trying to push that line, but I think that Hardaway has done a good job just giving Jacoby Henry the football, and I think he's ready to break one open.
Yeah, give him the ball, give him a hole. He's going to hit it, and he's going to fly to the end zone. Number 5 is definitely lightning in a bottle.
Williams, you got trips to the left. Henry in the backfield. Williams, handoff to Henry, and he's going nowhere. A big stop by Onyecha Onoya. And that's going to bring up a big 3rd and long. And now Hardaway, do they run it here? Do they try to pass? Because now you're set up in a 3rd and 11. And I'm wondering what play call Hardaway is going to do here. By the way, Ricky, this is fall break from Muskogee County. This is the only Muskogee County game in town. We got Carver-Sumter County tomorrow. Northside's taking on Griffin tonight. And that's it. Every other Muskogee County team is on a bye.
These students are getting a well-deserved break. They've been going since school started. It's time to give them just a few days of rest. That includes the football players as well.
Yeah, and Williams, gets batted down by number 44, Ryan Miller, interchanneling his Chris Jones. And I keep saying, not the Chris Jones that quit on the play, the one that batted down 2 balls in the Super Bowl that cost my Niners 2 Super Bowls.
You know, I'm not sure where he was going with that ball anyway. The only receiver he had downfield was covered pretty well by 2 guys. So I think he's probably needs to consider himself lucky that ball got batted down.
Yeah, when you see a defensive lineman bat down a ball, that is a highlight play that quarterbacks end up having nightmares about. It's like shoulda, coulda, woulda. I definitely should have threw it over here. Well, Columbus is going to get the football back. It's a high angling punt that falls and takes a Hardaway bounce to about the 25-yard line. And that's where Columbus will take over with 9:07 left to go here in the second quarter. So, Ricky, we got 6 games tomorrow on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm ready. I'm going to Americus with Thrift and Michael Frost.
I cannot wait for that game. I'll be somewhere at a remote location doing the halftime update show presented by the Beck Center, because I will be calling volleyball semifinals for the GIAA.TV.
I am pumped, ready to see Carver and Sumter County
it's one of the biggest
duke it out
games
for region championship tomorrow night.
Yeah, play fake. Fox.
Great play.
With it. Stiff arm. No, that's Glover. Glover gets taken down at about the 35-yard line. Yeah, Rayshawn Glover with the carry and a first down for the Blue Devils.
Big tackle there when they finally got their arms around him. Number 6 went down pretty hard, but he popped right back up, celebrating with his teammates, getting back into the huddle and ready to go again.
All right, they get up on the line. Furtick is the receiver to the near side. Smith, the shotgun. And the handoff, play fake, nope, throws it.
Wide,
It's
Garinger.
dropped by Grant Garinger. That's a great play fake. If Garinger catches that, that would have been 6.
It would have. He was already halfway up the field. He was dropped it around the 25, 30-yard area, and again, he had a guy behind him and nobody in front of him.
Yeah, what a play call there by Robert Peters, dialing up the play fake with open space. But now Columbus is going to just get back to the drawing board. It's 2nd down and 10. Smith, shotgun, handoff to Fox. Fox gets taken down by number 61 on the play, Adrian Arnold.
I think that play just a minute ago for Garinger, I think that's going to be one that's going to wake him up in the middle of the night. He's going to be sweating, wondering what might have been if he would have come up with that pass. It was a beautiful play.
Yeah, what could have been. Malachi Moore checking back into the game, and he is out wide to the near side. Will Seals, who's got the 1 reception so far, to the far side. Smith looks like he's going to take off, and he goes to the 40, the 50, and he's got himself a 1st down. And we knew that Andrew Smith was a dual threat quarterback. The coverage was good, and he decides to take off, and he gets the 1st down himself.
Absolutely. It's remarkable to see a quarterback as young as these guys are to be able to know, to read the defense, to know when they need to tuck it and run. And then when they do tuck it and run, they come up with positive yardage.
Yeah, Columbus does not want to overlook anyone, but their next games, they play Kendrick, they play Spencer, they play Sumter County. They control their own destiny to try to not only make the playoffs, but possibly host a playoff game here at Kinnett. The handoff is to Glover. Glover gets taken out of bounds.
You know, none of those games can be considered gimmies. Kendrick has had a phenomenal year. Relevant again for the first time in quite a while, and it's been great to see that. So, in Sumter County, you know, they're playing for a region title tomorrow. They could very well go into the game with Columbus as region champions.
Yeah, Ricky, that's going to be exciting. You're going to be in that electric atmosphere in Americus where they're going to shut down the whole town. It's 2 top teams in the state. This is one of the biggest matchups in the state. Handoff is to Garinger. Garinger cuts, and he's still on his feet. He refuses to go down. He's still on his feet, and he gets taken down to the 20-yard line. How about that run by Grant Garinger?
Beautiful run. I think he just made up for that play where he couldn't come up with the ball. Well, you know, with Sumter and Carver playing, you've got 2 great SEC football players that are head coaches of each program. Will Rogers with Sumter County. And, of course, Jarvis Jones over at Carver. I was able to hear some of Will Rogers' interview that you guys did with Will Rogers on Sports Vision's morning show.
Absolutely. It was a great interview.
He's all business. He's ready to play.
Oh, there's a handoff. Glover still on his feet. 5, touchdown, Blue Devils.
There's Richard Tessitore. He's back.
Rayshawn Glover with the touchdown puts Columbus up 20-0. What a drive by the Blue Devils.
Absolute perfection. Andrew Smith and Columbus's offense carved Hardaway's defense up with precision. And now, you know, you're starting to look. That's pending this extra point. That's a 21-0 lead for Columbus.
And Legatron is on to kick the extra point.
I don't see Legatron missing this one.
The snap, the kick, and that is good. He's automatic. Yeah. He's Legatron, one of the best kickers in our area. 6:29 left to go until the half. And Columbus leading Hardaway 21-0 in the Midtown Showdown on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long-distance love. For the far-sighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
Welcome back to Connect Stadium, the Midtown Showdown. Ricky Rogers, Richard Holdridge on the call.
You know, you got to Coach Robert Peters, first year as head coach, longtime assistant with the program. He's come in, and you've got to be feeling good seeing your team come out and play this way. Second year coach, sorry.
And Legatron kicks that one to the back of the end zone. Yeah, and he was the longtime assistant of Coach Phil Marino. And he was the right man for the job. And he's really been a motivator of men and has done a great job so far. Columbus 5-1 on the season. They really got noticed when they ended up defeating Miller County to start the season. And they played everybody on their schedule that they lost to last year. They beat Miller County. They beat Randolph-Clay. They beat Greenville. And so the improvement going from his first year to year 2 has been Jurassic. And you can't say enough about what he has done. It was that first play. It was a handoff to Jacoby Henry, and it's taken down by Isaiah Crowder, the sophomore.
Obviously, it helps when you've got a quarterback that knows what he's doing, and it's a stud. Andrew Smith is playing great football this season. He's seeing the field well. He's got an arm. He's got legs that he can do just about anything on the field. So that's a definite positive for Coach Peters.
And Jacoby Henry, 2-yard loss on the play, brings up a 2nd down and 12.
If you're Hardaway here, you're starting to gnash your teeth a little bit. You got to find the end zone. Got to find string a couple of plays together to give you some positive yards.
Williams under shotgun, under center, and Henry, he just pushing the pile, gets a couple of yards back, but it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
That 3rd and 10 seems like 3rd and forever right now. If you're down 21-0, staring at that Columbus defense that has played very solidly all night long. I think if I'm Coach Weldon, I'm calling a handoff to 5. Let's see what he can do with the ball in his hands.
I think even on a 3rd and 9, Jacoby Henry has been pulling off some big runs. He's your best weapon if you're Hardaway.
Absolutely. Hardaway's got a big offensive line. They've got to get a little bit of a push.
Williams, high snap. The handoff is to Henry. He's got some speed. Henry almost got the first down and 1 carry. He's close to the marker. Little pitch in the backfield, and Henry with a burst of speed. And did they give it to him?
I think they gave it to him.
I think they gave him the first down.
I was just fixing to ask you if you thought maybe this was 4-down territory for Hardaway. But no need for that conversation. It's the 1st and 10.
Yeah, what a run by Jacoby Henry. And that's the right play call. On 3rd and 9, Jacoby Henry is your best player. He's able to make men miss, and he drives to get past the marker.
You know, when I was coming up, the cheerleaders would always cheer 1st and 10, let's do it again. I think if you're Coach Weldon, you're saying the same thing on that Hardaway sideline.
Williams, handoff, and take into the backfield. That's Mike Fox on the tackle. Jalen Bowers on the carry.
I think Bowers saw something that didn't happen just right. He got up a little frustrated with that play. I think that he was maybe pointing a finger. But
actually, Noah Oliver actually had the tackle, not Mike Fox.
You got to give it to Columbus's defense once again, standing up. Right after a good play for Hardaway, they push him back a few more yards.
Yeah, 5-yard loss by Hardaway, and they're now at the 25-yard line. Williams in the shotgun. And the handoff is to Henry. Henry, he's got a block. He's at the 30, and it gets taken out of bounds by Mike Fox. And he gets some of that yardage back, but it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 8.
Henry doing Henry things. He's, each time he's gotten the ball, he's had really good, nice gains. They seem to always get to run into a brick wall and end up with a bonehead play next. Let's hope they can string together enough to get this 1st down.
Over in Griffin, Northside and Griffin are tied at 7. So we'll try to get a score update for you on that.
Definitely been a somewhat of a disappointing season for Coach Orpeza and his crew.
Williams Pitch bobbled in. It's a live football. Who's on it? Looks like Columbus has got the football as they recover the fumble.
If you're a Blue Devil right now, you definitely are feeling high, riding high. You've got to keep the foot on the gas. Don't let up. Hardaway can sneak up on you. And if you're Hardaway, I think right now you're wanting to make this game respectable. You got to get over on the sideline, regroup with the OC and your offensive coaches and see what you can do different.
Yeah, Hardaway has had a tough season. I mean, they're playing for pride right now. Having an 0-5 record, it's hard to get up, but you're getting up for your rival, and you could throw out the record book.
Hey.
And that's caught by Glover. Still on his feet. 10-5 touchdown, Blue Devils. It's a touchdown pass. Andrew Smith to Rayshawn Glover. How about that pitch and catch?
Beautiful, beautiful play execution. Again, Columbus, there is a flag on the play.
There is a flag, though.
Columbus is able to do multiple things. If you're a Hardaway defensive player, you've got to respect the quarterback. You've got to respect his ability to run. So,
and throw.
Yeah, you got to keep guys in up front, and you've got to try not to let them behind you. But number 6 for Columbus is doing a great job of finding holes and finding spots and just hitting them as hard as he can.
That was Rayshawn Glover's second touchdown of the game. And so the touchdown holds. That was an unsportsmanlike conduct on Hardaway. Isaiah Virgil on to attempt the extra point. The snap, the kick is up, and it is good. 2:58 left to go here in the half. And Columbus leading Hardaway 28-0 in the Midtown Showdown. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Here at Kinnett, we did receive word from Mike Frost, our colleague at Georgia Alabama Sports Live, that the injured player for Columbus was Gavin Brown. We wish him a speedy recovery.
Gavin Brown on the way to the hospital again. Just keep that young man and his family in your prayers as he prepares to heal up from this injury and hopefully is back for the start of next season.
2:58 left to go. Hardaway has got to come up with something here. But they will get the football to start the second half, though. Squib kick, and that's going to be an illegal procedure out of bounds. And Hardaway's going to have good field position. They have got to take advantage here.
They absolutely do. It's time to put the ball in somebody's hands that is ready to make a play and salvage a little bit of this first half before you head into the locker room and make some defensive and offensive adjustments.
And, Ricky, I do want to say Hardaway's not out of this. Down 28-0. They could score a touchdown here, and then they could score a touchdown to start the second half and only down 28-14.
Right, they do get the ball at the start of the second half. I think you take that and you understand that. You know it. You go into the locker room and come out with a plan ready to score again if they can get a score here.
I think high school football rules are different. They're letting them re-kick. They're putting them back at the 20. I don't know if this is because they don't take it out at the 40. I mean, he kicked it out of bounds. You know what? After this broadcast is done, I'm going to go to the GHSA website and read the rule book for high school football.
You do that. You report back. Let me know. I'm curious to know as well.
I will report back exactly what I'll probably just Google it, and it will show up in the GHSA rule book. What's the kickoff rules for high school football in Georgia? Oh, legal procedure.
More laundry.
But what a kick by Legatron.
Yeah. You know, I didn't really notice Legatron out taking any warm-up reps prior to the game.
Man, you got
Maybe he
some
doesn't have
barbecue?
to.
You got some barbecue back there and you didn't invite me? I'm so impressed with this kid. I mean, he obviously was part of our Houlihan's highlight of the week, kicking the 50-yard field goal.
In the rain. In the rain.
Great call. In the rain. That Shaw Columbus game that we did here at Kinnett.
And it would have been good from 60. I've maintained that ever since we watched that kick. That kick was good. It was
would have been
up
good from
near the
65.
top, dead center of the uprights.
Yeah, you're right, Ricky. That kick would have been good from 65.
There's some college out there right now that is ready to get this kid go score points for them on Saturdays.
And I did get confirmation he does play soccer for Coach Casper, that championship team a couple years ago.
Low bullet of a kick.
He's got room, taking it down, still going.
There he goes.
It's Jameer Brown.
That's what Hardaway needed.
The 20, 10, touchdown Hardaway. And that's how you get back into the game. A kickoff return for Jameer Brown. And that fires up the Hardaway crowd, Ricky. That's exactly what they needed.
And I think we've now got another candidate for the Alex Quinney All-State Play of the Game. Man, you caught it. You said, hey, he's got room. And as soon as you said that, he found a seam, he hit it, and he took off. He was off to the races.
Well, you saw him tightrope the sidelines, and he knew once he had blockers, he could turn to his left, and there was open space.
It's good to see Hardaway get on the board. Like we mentioned earlier, they've got something they can now build on going into halftime, during halftime adjustments, and hopefully come out. And if they can answer, they are right back in this game.
Miller's kick is up and good. So with 2:45 left to go until the half. Columbus leading Hardaway 28-7 here in the Midtown Showdown. We want to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, the Houston Clinic, Coca-Cola, and Kinetic Credit Union. We'll be back after this on Georgia, Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Welcome back to Kinnett Stadium. It's the Midtown Showdown. Ricky Rogers, Richard Holdridge on the call. What a kickoff return by Jameer Brown for Hardaway to get back and get in the score column. And now, if you're Hardaway, got to get a defensive stop. There's still plenty of time for Columbus to try to get a score before the half.
You know, I'll just say when it comes to a defensive stop against Columbus, good luck. Quarterback Andrew Smith has shown that he's here to play this game.
Well, I think they need to go back to what worked in that first half. Hardaway's defense coming up big, getting a stop on Columbus on 4th down. But once Andrew Smith got into a little of a rhythm, he's able to utilize his weapons, and Hardaway's got to do a good job of slowing him down.
You got to think that's going to be first on the agenda when they get into the locker room to have a little talk during halftime. You got to think that they are looking to figure out how they're going to stop Andrew Smith.
And it's taken at the 30, and still on his feet and gets taken down. That was number 24, Landon Feggins. Pretty good field position for Columbus with 2:37 left to go.
Good spot for them. We know it's nothing but a quick throw and catch, maybe a little run here and there for Andrew Smith, and Columbus will be right back in positive yardage, right in the red zone. So,
and Columbus with the football. Ball at the 43. The handoff is to Garinger. Garinger gets a block, makes a cut, and he gets taken at about the 47-yard line and bring up 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, Grant Garinger runs violently.
He does.
He hits the hole. He's looking for contact, and you know, he's one of those that you better not miss
I'm not yet going to compare him to Christian McCaffrey from the 49ers. Maybe another great Stanford running back, Toby Gerhardt.
There you go.
There's a, yeah, should have won the Heisman, by the way. So did Christian McCaffrey. Man, what's up with these Stanford players not winning the Heisman? Hand off, and that is going to be to Rayshon Glover, and he's past the marker in Hardaway territory, and he's still going. He will not be denied. Columbus is pushing the pile. He's already at the 30-yard line, Ricky, and another Columbus first down. Well, that's a way to answer the touchdown by Hardaway.
You know, yak, that stat, yak stat. Yards after contact. And I think he got about 15 to 20 there.
Yeah.
They hit him early, and he just kept going. Then you got to give credit to that O-line just piling in there and pushing that pile, is using those bodies, those big, strong bodies, the Planet Fitness bodies, to push that pile.
Don't forget, coming up at the half, we got the halftime show presented by the Beck Center. You know, Ricky and I, we're just going to keep it here and just talk about the other game going on, Northside and Griffin. That's over in Spalding County. And then we're going to preview the games tomorrow. We've got 6 incredible games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
We do. Georgia Alabama Sports Live showing up for this community just like every week during this football season. They're showing up, going on the road. We're going to bring you the best games, best angles, best commentary that you can find.
That's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Columbus, a 1st and 15. Ball at the 35-yard line for Andrew Smith. Garinger in motion. Smith rolls to his right, feeling the pressure, and he has to throw it away. Good pressure by Cameron Alexander. Ricky, I got a trivia question for you. Can you name the 2 Hardaway players that were drafted in the 1st round of the NFL since 2013?
Michael Williams.
Of course, plays for the 49ers.
And I don't know that I could come up with the second one.
That would be Marcus Smith.
There you go.
He was a 1st-round selection, the 26th overall by the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2014 NFL Draft. Went on to play in Louisville. Had some great Columbus players play at Louisville. Puma Pass comes to mind. Smith, long throw. It's too high for Garinger.
I'll tell you what, if I'm a defensive lineman playing out at Columbus Youth Football or any of these youth leagues around here, I'm definitely considering Hardaway as an option for my high school. You know, they've got a reputation. They've built it. And
they feel if 2 players from Hardaway can make it to the NFL, why can't I?
Exactly. Same with Columbus. Columbus has got NFL talent as well. Esang Bassey. Watched Esang Bassey play as a youth football player. His time, I believe he was in Eastway Cherokee.
Well, you know Frank Thomas was a tight end at Columbus, too.
Yes, sir.
Smith, play fake. 2-3-step drop. He's going to take off. He's got a blocker. He wants to run with it, and he's got some open room, and then he gets pulled out of bounds. We got a Hardaway player that's slow to get up. Hopefully,
laundry on the field as well. So
and a little laundry on the field. What's the flag going to be?
It's going to be in the area of holding.
Yeah, if it's holding on Columbus, it's going to come back. And 35 seconds left to go. Yeah, Columbus wants to get greedy. They want to try to get points here. But guess what? You're in the field goal range for Legatron.
You absolutely are. Yeah, I think field goal range is from about the other 40.
From about the 40. They're right on the 40. Right now, Legatron can make that field goal attempt. Easily. We said the last time when they played Shaw, that was a 65-yard field goal easily.
As we wait for them to spot the ball and the players to get lined up, it's amazing to see these 2 bands getting ready to go on the field. Nothing beats the pageantry of high school football. And Columbus and Hardaway both have their bands on the track ready to get on the field. I can't wait to hear them.
Absolutely. Ball is at the 50-yard line. You'll get an opportunity to hear those bands at halftime. But here we go. 32 seconds. Clock is running. Smith, shotgun. Rolls to his left this time. Throws.
Wide. Oh!
And almost intercepted. Oh, it was in the hands of number 1, Adrian Taylor, and he wishes he could have got that one back.
He had Grant Garinger streaking down the sideline, wide open, nobody on him. He would have marched right into the end zone if he would have put that in his chest.
Well, Hardaway did their job. They hold Columbus from scoring. It looked like Columbus was on the doorstep of getting another score. So a good job by the Hardaway Hawks defense to get them also out of field goal range. And back to return. This punt is Josh Stewart.
You know, if I'm Robert Peters, I think I would have thrown Legatron out there just to see.
I would have tested his leg. Stewart fields it.
Fumble.
Oh, loose ball.
Columbus got it.
It's going to be a scoop and score for Columbus. But Noah Oliver, no whistle.
Tackled just before the end zone.
They're going to, oh, he was tackled just before the end zone. Man, from this angle, I thought he was in. Close to a scoop and score. All right, Ricky, 11 seconds. Hardaway is going to have to come up with their best goal line stance with 11 seconds. Columbus has got all their timeouts, though.
Absolutely. If you're Hardaway, it's time. Put up or shut up, guys. It's time to get a stop.
Because right here, Columbus could run the football and just burn a timeout real quick.
And Columbus is staring down the barrel of a 35-7 lead if they can find pay dirt. And I think once you get to 35-7, I think if you're Hardaway, you're going to have to find a miracle to come back from it.
But first, we've got a timeout. 11 seconds left to go until the half. 28-7 is your score. Columbus on top over Hardaway here in the Midtown Showdown. The Columbus fans, you're hearing the boo birds as that penalty puts them at the 20-yard line. You know what? I would just let Legatron kick a field goal here.
Yeah,
11
get your
seconds.
points.
You got 11 seconds. You got to come away with points.
I think they've got another timeout. I think that they are willing
Garringer,
to try.
open hole down the middle, and he gets taken down to the 11-yard line. You got to burn a timeout. There's 4 seconds.
I think they've already put that in, and they're going to stop it now. Yeah, I think you run Legatron out. I think the players are looking at Coach Peters and motioning to bring the kicker on.
Chip shot field goal by Legatron here. I tell you, this is definitely in his range. That's a good luxury to have when you have a kicker. Like anytime you're in field goal range, you could come away with 3 points. Hardaway is just hoping for a block. And really, this is not a pressure kick for Legatron. This is one.
Absolutely not.
If he misses it's not a, they go still up by 3 scores.
He is kicking from the hash, though.
Yeah, he's kicking where he needs to kick it.
Got a little bit of wind.
Just a little bit of wind, but, Hardaway's going to bring the house. Low snap. It's a bobbled snap. But the throw, and that is going to be caught, but the time expires. Zach Wampler was the holder, and it bobbled the snap. Couldn't get it off, and that's where we're at. Columbus leading Hardaway 28-7 at the half. Stay tuned for the Georgia Alabama Sports Live halftime update show presented by the Beck Center. We'll be back after this. The Midtown Showdown on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine making your dreams a reality, achieving your goals and aspirations, and having a financial partner that understands your dreams never sleep. At Kinetic Credit Union, we're more than just a bank. We're 40,000 members strong with local service, personal connections, and a nationwide network. Leading-edge technology to help you make financial decisions easier, smarter, and safer. We are Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite, obey your thirst.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Glenn Smith Truck Month is here. Get massive savings on GMC Sierras and Canyons. Check them out. Full-size GMC Sierras up to $14,500 off. GMC Canyons up to $5,000 off. Or take advantage of 0% financing, plus no payments until next year. At Glenn Smith GMC Opelika. Now in our 33rd year. Get ready to smile.
We're at the half. It's 28-7. Columbus on top in the Midtown Showdown. And joining us up here is one half of Office Hours. I don't know where your other two partners are, but we got the Citywide Athletic Director of Muskogee County, Coach Kendall Mills, the Athletic Director for the Columbus Blue Devils, Coach Danielle McCoy. Thank you for joining us at halftime.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
So I know the Midtown Showdown, we had the press conference last year. We had the trophy. That was down at Otis Spencer Stadium. And up here, it's a home game for Columbus.
Right.
Is it a different feel because it's on a Thursday night? I know Muskogee County's on fall break. And by the way, this is the only game in Muskogee County this week that's here. I know Carver plays Sumter County in Americus. Northside's taking on Griffin right now. But just talk about the logistics of trying to build this up in the second year of the Midtown Showdown.
Strategically, this was scheduled for a Friday, but then when the calendar came out and we realized it was a fall break, Coach Battles had to move it to a Thursday.
Right.
We thought it was best interest to move it to a Thursday because on a Friday with them out of school 2 days, the fan support might not have been the same.
Coach McCoy, so far, this is your first year as like the official full-time athletic director.
Yeah.
Had success. The football team 5-1 on the season.
Right, yeah.
Volleyball team just won the region. You guys were there to honor. Congratulations to Columbus. And then you also have the softball team doing very well. Just talk about just so far the fall calendar for Columbus sports and how it's going. And also, I don't want to leave out cross country because you're the cross country coach
That's
too.
right.
So how's it going?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the fall season right now is going great for Columbus High School. Especially when you talk about football being 5-1. I was at the school one Saturday and I decided to do a little research, and it's been a while since we've had a season like this. I think it was about 2008.
2018 was the last time they made the playoffs.
So I'm excited. I love it for Coach Peters. I love it for the boys, and I love it for the Blue Devil family that we are able to have this game again. Midtown Showdown, like we talked about.
I saw you guys tailgating out there
yes,
too.
We did tailgate. We had the alumni out, and we're just hoping to build on that for future years to come.
You know, Coach McCoy, it's been amazing to watch Columbus over the years. As someone who was born and raised here in Columbus, I'm a Jordan Red Jacket, but Columbus has such a rich history.
Yes.
Academics, athletics. Talk a little bit about how you felt coming into this role, and you have any goals set for the future?
Yeah, so coming into the role, I got a call over the summer, and I was nervous but excited. I've worked closely with Coach Mills, Keg, Coach Hunley, and talked a lot with Coach Battle, so I feel like I was prepared, but I'm learning something new every day. I'm always calling people to see how do I do this? Can you give me some advice on this? And just taking those suggestions and being open to change and listening, because there's so much that I don't know because I'm not from Columbus. But today with our alumni tailgate, I was able to learn a lot about the history of the school and some of the former athletes that have come through here. And one of my goals is to build a stronger relationship with our alumni and build that fan base, not only for football, but for all of athletics for the school.
Coach Mills, I want to talk about just the logistics of high school football on a Friday night. Sometimes Kinnett Stadium, Otis Spencer, and Memorial Stadium are all three utilized. With the fair being canceled, is there a possibility of playing at Memorial Stadium now that it's opened up? Because I know they don't play at Memorial Stadium in October because the Columbus Fair is on, but now because it's canceled, you've got a game, you got a doubleheader on the 24th. One team starts at 5 and one team starts at 8. Are we going to still keep that schedule, or is there a possibility we can move one of those games to Memorial?
The issue comes down to workers, getting people to work this stadium.
That's what I was thinking.
That has to be something we look into. But with the short time, we got to figure out what the logistics would be for something like that, because it's something at the spur of the moment. And it's hard just to get everything turned around very quickly, because we got to coordinate with security, we got to coordinate with the workers, Parks and Rec, and get all those things done. But as of right now, we're going to sit with the schedule we have. But definitely something that we could look at, but it will have to be very quickly.
Coach Mills, in that same thought, you're very lucky as a citywide athletic director to have the facilities that you do have. Otis Spencer's beautiful stadium.
Yep.
Kinnett through the renovations over the years. Are there goals, or are there future plans in the works to build any more district-wide athletic facilities?
Well, this is my 61st day. I'm still learning that side of it. It's a lot of things in the budget. So with budgeting, of course, the school district took a cut this year. So we would love to do something like that, but it's going to be tough.
Coach, my final question to you, Terry Gaines Field, is there opportunities to utilize that stadium more? Because, it's a hidden gem up there in Midland. I know that we've had soccer matches, girls flag football. There's opportunities, Columbus lacrosse.
That's lacrosse, yeah.
Just talk about, utilize. I know they utilize that for middle school, but could we have a high school game there for football at Terry
It would be something that you could definitely look at. Just looking at bringing in new bleachers, more bleachers and things of that nature. It wouldn't be a big game, of course, but if it was a smaller crowd, with 1,000 or less, definitely be a good spot to have it there.
Absolutely. We can't leave you guys out of here without plugging office hours. Talk a little bit about your podcast. When does it air on Georgia Alabama Sports Live? And just talk about some of the upcoming episodes you're looking forward to.
Office hours is going strong. Well into our second year.
Which is crazy. It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
It started on a small bus ride, and we air every other Wednesday on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We have a great time. But this year it's going to be a few changes, because we're going to start talking about some really pertinent things to really share with the community, as well as younger ADs and younger coaches. But the comedy will always be there, because
exactly.
You got the serious two here, and
then you have the other
that's
two
right.
who are not.
The other two. Right. But shout out to Coach Hanley, Coach Kegler. We have a good time together. We're colleagues, we're friends, we're opponents. But to get along, we get along.
Right.
And we do.
Coaches, it's been great having you here on the halftime show. Enjoy the second half of the Midtown Showdown.
I'm sure Columbus will.
Yes, we will.
And look
Coming from a Hardaway man.
That's right.
No, but Hardaway, they are continuing to improve, and I know that you used to be the athletic director at Hardaway. I know you're proud of them and what Coach Kelly Ellison has done their first year as the AD. So I know that it has a special place in your heart, Coach. But we're definitely excited to be a part of the Midtown Showdown.
Absolutely. Thank you all for doing this.
Absolutely. Citywide Athletic Director Coach Kendall Mills, Columbus Athletic Director Coach Danielle McCoy. We'll step aside and take a break as you're listening to the sights and sounds of the Hardaway Band, and Columbus is up next. We've got about 9 minutes until the second half in the Midtown Showdown on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Glenn Smith Truck Month is here. Get massive savings on GMC Sierras and Canyons. Check them out. Full-size GMC Sierras up to $14,500 off. GMC Canyons up to $5,000 off. Or take advantage of 0% financing, plus no payments until next year at Glenn Smith GMC Opelika. Now in our 33rd year. Get ready to smile.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
For work or play, it's Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Silverado and Colorado's ready to roll for Chevy Truck Month. Get going in a powerful new full-size Chevrolet Silverado with discounts up to $13,500 off. Test drive the mid-size Chevy Colorados. Big performance and big discounts up to $5,000 off. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Even though I'm away at college, Kinetic Credit Union is still the best way for me to stay connected here and at home. With the Kinetic mobile app, I have control of my accounts wherever I go. I can easily transfer money between internal and external accounts, get money faster by setting up recurring transfers, and I can find the nearest ATM or branch right from my phone. Plus, I can add my Kinetic cards to my phone's digital wallet and enjoy quick, secure, contactless payments. By the way, Mom, I need some more money.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
And welcome back to Kinnett Stadium. We're about 3.5 minutes till the start of the second half. Columbus leading Hardaway 28-7 on the Midtown Showdown. Ricky, that first half, Andrew Smith, the fourth. 15 seconds into the game, fans weren't even in their seats yet. They were still in the concessions line.
Yeah.
And he takes it back for a touchdown. And then Hardaway also had a kickoff return for a touchdown. Glover had a couple of touchdown runs. But I think that with Hardaway getting the ball to start the second half, they are definitely much in this game.
It's time for Hardaway. Hardaway's got to come out. They've got to be ready to play, hair on fire. They've got to be ready to make some noise in this game and get some more points on the board. Not out of it yet.
Not out of it yet.
If Columbus comes out swinging and lands one or two, it's going to be tough to come back from. So you got to hope Hardaway's coaches are in there putting together a game plan, making some adjustments to get those Hawks back out here on the field ready to play.
As you are listening to the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live halftime update show presented by the Beck Center, as you can hear the sights and sounds from the Columbus marching band. We do have another game that's being played tonight over in Griffin. Start of the third quarter. Northside and Griffin all knotted up at 14 apiece.
Coach Orpez's team needs that win. They've had a rough year after reeling off a couple of really good, strong years with Caden Clay at under center, and they've had to make some adjustments. Lost a player that they thought would be the heir apparent to Caden Clay, but they are in control of their destiny and setting their future up with their team. They need to win tonight. They need to close out the season strong.
Yeah, and you were here last week when they got that big win over Mundy's Mill. They're just trying to keep up that momentum. A lot of the Muskogee County schools have byes because it is fall break, but one Muskogee County school is going to be in action tomorrow, and it is our game of the week. Sumter County is hosting Carver down in Americus, Georgia. Ricky, you're going to be there with Thrift. What are you looking forward to about that game?
It's the Big Cat battle. This is Tigers and Panthers. I'm geared up for what I hope to be a great game. I think Carver's going to come out and they're going to play Carver football. And Carver football this season they've had a few games where they've kind of come out slow. I think that going down there tomorrow, setting the tone early, getting on the board early, and letting the QB and running back just do their thing. I'm hoping for a Carver win. They can bring that region championship back home to Columbus, and the Carver Nation, the Carver faithful can stand up and celebrate once again.
And another big game is the battle for the Brucelli Jug down at Mack Strong Stadium. Pacelli 3-4 on the season, got a big win against Calvary last week, taking on the Brookstone Cougars. 6-1, a matchup between two first-year head coaches, Ian Headley for Brookstone and Smitty Grider for Pacelli.
I think in this game, not having seen a lot of Pacelli's game this year, I have seen a Brookstone game, and Brookstone's quarterback has been fantastic all season long. I think that he is he could be a difference maker for Brookstone in that game as they look to do they currently have the Jug, or is the Jug with Pacelli? Who won last year?
That would be Brookstone.
Yeah, so Brookstone's looking to hold on to that thing.
Yeah, they want to hold on to that Jug. Pacelli wants to try to get it back on their campus. By the way, we are doing 6 broadcasts tomorrow, and those are the 2 that we're doing. We're also doing Calvary Christian taking on Westfield School, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Glenwood senior night taking on Dadeville if Glenwood wins. They're going to be hosting a home playoff game. Smith Station, after beating Jag last week, taking on an Auburn team that lost 36-0 to Central. And then Harris County going on the road up to Fayetteville to take on Stars Mill. So, and by the way, when I'm doing the halftime update show, those are the only games that are actually the schools that we cover. So I'm actually not fishing for any other games like I normally do. I could just watch all 6 broadcasts on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
That's right. Across every outlet for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We've got the GASL2, GASL3. It'll be on YouTube. You guys tune in. The Carver and Sumter County game for the region championship will be on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live main Facebook page. So you guys tune in, watch us. We're bringing this to you. We love the comments and the reactions from everybody as you watch your favorite team play live on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
And don't forget, tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, we have the GIAA High School Football Scoreboard Show on GIAA.tv and GIAA's Facebook and YouTube channel, as Calvary, Brookstone, and Pacelli are the GIAA schools that we feature and highlight. All right, so what we're going to do now, we got a minute left as both teams are warming up. They're getting ready for the second half. Hardaway's going to get the football, and we'll be back. This is the Midtown Showdown. Columbus leads Hardaway at the half, 28-7. Back after this on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists, exhibitionists. For long distance love. For the farsighted, nearsighted. For introverts and extroverts. For the thinkers and the doers. For old friends. Coca-Cola. For everyone.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And welcome back to Kinnett Stadium. Start of the second half. Hardaway is going to get the football as Isaiah, a.k.a. Legatron Virgil, is getting ready to kick it off for the Blue Devils. Gary Brown back to receive, and that's taken in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback, and Hardaway is going to have the football.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments they made with the Hardaway O-line dealing with that big physical front from Columbus. You know, we're about to see what Hardaway's made of. They've got to drive the length of the field now, try to put some points on the board.
In the backfield, Kevin Williams under shotgun. A little adjustment on the line by Columbus. Williams, hand off to Henry. Henry with a couple of yards on the first carry of the second half. This game brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Kinetic Credit Union, Coca-Cola, and the Houston Clinic. Thank you to our presenting sponsors.
Be excited to welcome on Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, and they're going to be featured in our Student Athlete of the Week. We're going to be naming several student athletes throughout the week. You know, we focus on like them on the field and on the court, but man, they're working just as hard in the classroom.
Absolutely.
Williams. The give is to Jameer Brown. That gets nowhere, and a big good stop there by the Blue Devils. Woody Holland in on the tackle, and Hardaway is set up with a 3rd and long, and this is where they gotta try to find a way to put it in the hands of Jacoby Henry.
You know, I said coming out of halftime, key was Hardaway had to be physical up front, and I think Columbus basically turned around and said, no, that's not happening tonight. Columbus come out. They're playing good physical football just like they did in the first half. Hardaway's back's against the wall, and they've got to make some plays happen very soon.
Williams under shotgun. And the pitch. And it looks like he wants to throw it, and he does, and that is going to be intercepted, and that's going to be a flag that's intercepted by Landon Feggins, and it gets taken to the 19-yard line. But hold up, there was a flag on the play. It was actually thrown right when the interception happened.
It was. Be curious to see it. It did not look to be a PI, so.
I don't know. Did it look like PI? It happened right when he intercepted it.
On the opposite side of the field. Ineligible receiver, it looks like, maybe.
If it was a hold on Columbus, that's going to be an automatic. It's declined. It was a hold on Hardaway. They declined the penalty. I thought they would accept it. Ineligible receiver downfield,
yeah, that was ineligible
I believe.
receiver.
So they do decline it. Columbus is going to get the football at the 20.
Columbus is knocking on the door again. Grant Garinger, Andrew Smith and company out there.
And Michael Fox as well. Smith, handoff is to Fox. Fox gets taken down for a loss on the play. Couple of Hardaway players in on the play. It looks like number 90, Charlie Good. We've called his name a couple of times in this broadcast. Big defensive lineman there for Hardaway.
I'll tell you what, Richard, I'm impressed by the Columbus, by the strength that these players have. These ball carriers are fighting for every yard they're getting. Lots of yards after contact. They refuse to go down.
Smith, handoff to Garinger. He gets a block. Garinger is getting, he's got finally taken down. First player in on the tackle was number 7, Robert Allen, but Garinger just refusing to go down.
That is a lot of work in the strength and conditioning room, the weight room, getting your body strong enough to be able to push through and drive through these tackles.
That's going to set up for a third down at the 18-yard line.
Again, with the kicking game from Columbus, you're not really out of range to get some points on this. I know they're wanting to push through to the end zone, but you gotta, if you're Coach Robert Peters, you've got to love the fact that you've got a kicker, a capable kicker on the bench ready to come in.
Oh, no question about it. Smith, handoff, no, play fake, rolls to his left. Smith, still with it. She moves positions, gets out of a tackle. There is a flag on the play. Smith is at the 15. He's at the 10. 5, touchdown, Columbus. But
as long as it doesn't come back.
There is a flag, and it's probably coming back.
Referees are calling the guys back. So yeah, holding on Columbus.
On Columbus.
Man, those are the plays that keep coaches awake at night.
Electric play by Andrew Smith, but it's not going to count.
That's right.
And I tell you what, Ricky, it's going to be a third and long now. Even with the 10-yard penalty, this is still Legatron's distance.
Absolutely. We've seen him do it from further.
If I'm Columbus, I would run the football here, put it in the middle of the field, and let Isaiah Virgil kick this.
Like I said, that's a great card to have in your back pocket if you're a Columbus coach. If you're Hardaway, right now you want to stop that run. You want to keep them from getting any more yards, getting any bit closer.
Smith, play fake, got blockers, feeling the pressure, long throw, an incomplete intended for Mike Fox as Adrian Taylor was on the play. All right, Ricky, it is fourth down. Are they going to let Isaiah Virgil? Yes, they are. Look at him. He's coming out, number 34, the man they call Legatron.
Wearing Bo Jackson's number 2. You got to love that for the kicker.
He is going to be coming on to attempt what looks like a 46-yard field goal. Ball is placed at the 30-yard line. He could do this in his sleep. The snap, the kick, it's up. It's got the distance, and it is good.
Man.
Legatron strikes again with a 47-yard field goal. Did you expect any other result, Rick?
I did not, but as somebody that I love to watch football, kickers do not get the respect they deserve. That young man right there, this team, this team loves him. They're never out of contention for points with Legatron on the field or on the sideline waiting to come in.
31-7, Columbus on top.
Man, that made my guy run all the way down into the end zone to get his own kicking tee. Come on, Columbus.
Yeah. You got to come up with a backup kicker that allow him to take a break. You just booted a 47-yard field goal, and now they're going to make him kick off? All right, Hardaway getting the football. Jameer Brown and Jacoby Henry on to receive this kick. Jameer Brown already with a kickoff return for a touchdown. And Virgil's kick, it looks like it's just going to go into the back of the end zone. Yeah, what a rocket of a leg.
Just like the field goals, you don't expect it to go anywhere but the end zone. So Hardaway now staring down a 24-point deficit. They've, now's the time, Hawks. If you have any intention of bringing that trophy back to Hardaway High School, to College Avenue, you've got to make some noise right here. It's time to go to work.
Hardaway's going to get the football at the 20-yard line. They trail 31-7. They got to get something going here. They had all the momentum in that first half, able to hold Columbus off the scoreboard. They got that touchdown, but now they got the football. The handoff is to Henry. Minimal gain on the play. I think Leggins was in on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 7. That was Landon Feggins. I called him Leggins. I meant to say Landon Feggins.
I've called his name a few times tonight. He's been a good on the field tonight for Hardaway. Just like his teammates. It's time to find some pay dirt, though. We're looking for yellow goalpost on this one.
Williams, play fake. Handoff is to Jameer Brown. Brown gets a couple. Trying to make this third down a little bit more manageable. Well, Hardaway needs to go back to what was working, running the football with Jacoby Henry, who's got 3 big runs tonight. But I think that Columbus's defense is trying to catch up to him. They know that he's a weapon, and they have done a great job bottling him up here in the second half.
No doubt that was part of the halftime adjustments. Defensive coordinators looking at his team, telling him, if he gets the ball, don't let him get very far. That's for sure.
Kevin Williams in the shotgun. And he's going to take it himself, and he's going to take off. Stiff arm, and he gets taken down on the play. That was number 44, Ryan Miller. And it looks like Hardaway is going to punt. I'm shocked that was not a horse collar. Miller took him down from behind. But it's going to lead to a punt by Hardaway, and Columbus is going to get the football back with great field position.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I thought for sure we'd see some laundry on that play. Must have been just out of sight line for the referee.
Want to remind everybody that this game is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Kinetic Credit Union, the Houston Clinic, and Coca-Cola. Low snap. The punt. Smith calling for it. Oh, he just let it go. That was a smart play not to get his hands on it. It was a wobbly kick. And Columbus will get the football at about the 39-yard line with 5:46 left to go here in the third.
Got him pushed back now. Hardaway's Columbus doesn't have great field position here. Hardaway's got to man up and keep these guys pushed backwards. You can't let them move forwards much more. You definitely don't want to see Columbus with the football down in the red zone again if you're a Hog.
Hardaway won the Midtown Showdown last year in decisive fashion. Columbus trying to win the Midtown Showdown here. They do play for a trophy, and that's something that they have in pride in. And there's Glover. Glover with a big hole, and he gets taken out of bounds at the 49-yard line. The tackle made by Cameron Alexander, and that's going to be good enough for a Columbus first down.
Again, Columbus just being physical at the line of scrimmage, giving their guys room to find that crease and hit it.
And Glover's got 2 rushing touchdowns in this game. Smith has got weapons. He's able to utilize all of them. Fox is in the backfield. Gehringer in motion. Smith, the handoff is to Fox. He's got an open space, makes a cut. He's at the 40 and gets taken down to the 39 and past the marker, and another Columbus first down.
I'll tell you what, I know we picked one player to win the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game, but Columbus's O-line, entire O-line, they've kept Andrew Smith up on his feet all night.
Give him credit.
Those guys, linemen rarely get the attention they deserve, but if they have a bad game, the entire team has a bad game usually. So Andrew Smith has got to be thankful for those big war daddies up front. That's for sure.
Players like Addix Price and Zach Clay. As there's Gehringer. Glover gets taken down for a loss on the play. Josh Stewart, the senior DB, takes him down for a big loss on the play. Brings up second down. But there is a flag.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be that horse collar, I believe, that we were looking for just a few minutes ago, done right in front of the official.
Yeah, the official's going to see that every time. Personal foul on Hardaway. Oh, it's going to be a face mask. Automatic first down for Columbus. Hardaway makes a big play, and it's a loss on the play, and then it just gets negated from the penalty.
Yeah, it's discipline. That is, it comes down to discipline. Those are things that I'm sure Coach Weldon is making notes on that they're going to work harder on next season to prevent it from happening.
Smith, the handoff. He actually took it himself and is going nowhere.
That play
he was
almost
trying to get
busted.
Fox. And he gets sacked. Who is in on that sack? Yeah, Jaquavius Ware made the sack.
Yeah, I think that play was busted from the get-go. Andrew Smith looked to try to hand it to somebody that wasn't there before tucking it and just taking that sack.
So second down and 12 at the 27. 31-7 is the score. 3:44 left to go here in the third. Smith rolls to the right. Long throw.
Wide open.
Incomplete, intended for Glover. Little fade route, but we got some extracurricular.
And a flag.
You got a player slow to get up. It was Ryan Thomas. And another personal foul on Hardaway. You cannot lose your cool out there. That's 2 15-yard penalties, Ricky. That's 30 yards in penalties on this drive alone.
Coach Will Weldon out on the field now. Want an explanation from the white hat.
Yeah, what is going on?
There was a Hardaway player on the ground right around where that flag was thrown, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but you can't give up 30 yards to a team that's beating you 31-7. I know teenage attitudes are getting in the Columbus is very firmly in Hardaway's head.
Yeah.
And I know Hardaway is getting a little aggravated. You got to be being down 24 points. But those few actions are now put Columbus right back in the red zone, right where they didn't need to be.
And we got a pre-snap whistle. Hardaway 0-6, trying to get their first win of the season under first-year coach Will Weldon. It's looking like Columbus in control here, trying to go to 6-1. They're 5-1 on the season. But like you mentioned pregame, Ricky, you throw out the record books when it comes to heated rivalries like these two schools in the Midtown Showdown, and we know they both got a whole season to look forward to.
These schools just a short drive away from each other. Walkable distance for sure. And you know, a lot of these kids grew up together, playing youth football together, playing other sports together, and you know, you're on the field now playing against each other. And Columbus came, they brought a lunchbox tonight, and they've been all work.
Smith rolls to his right. He's got blockers. Smith still on his feet, pushing the pile, and he's going to score a touchdown. That was all Andrew Smith on that play.
And he was hit probably 3 times, and it took a whole gang of Hardaway players to even get him down in the end zone. So, again, you know, Columbus just going out being very methodical, and Andrew Smith, can't say enough good things about the kid. He's a phenomenal quarterback, and I look forward to watching him grow.
Absolutely. Columbus. Extra point attempt by Legatron, but that was just for practice. Also plays for the soccer team with Coach Casper, and definitely I'm looking forward to seeing Isaiah Virgil play soccer. You know, we live stream soccer on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Oh, there's another flag, and that's never any good. Not when everybody's just standing around on the field. You see yellow laundry take flight.
Yeah, let's see what the call is. And like Coach Mills said at halftime, this was supposed to be a Friday game. It doesn't have the same feel because it's a Thursday night game. And just the simple fact that Muskogee County's on fall break. But they had to play it sometime. And, you know, Hardaway actually, they played Carver. Their last game was against Carver. Columbus actually was on a bye last week, but they had to reschedule that game against Greenville.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, the players may rather play on Friday night, but I love these Thursday night games.
Oh, me
when
too.
You're the only show in town really tonight. So, you know, what better billing for this particular game? You want to build this rivalry back up and this Midtown Showdown back up, then give it its own primetime spot.
Yeah, unless you're a Giants or Eagles fan.
Right.
All right, Isaiah Virgil on to kick the field goal. By the way, bottom of the 9th, Phillies and Dodgers tied at 1. That's probably going to extra innings.
And as a Braves fan, a lifelong Braves fan, can they
Phillies,
both lose?
Yeah, I hate
like
the
both of
Dodgers
them to
because I'm a
lose.
Giants fan.
I'd like for the Dodgers and the Phillies to both lose.
Something's got to give there.
Not going to happen. So if I've got to pick the lesser of two evils.
Yeah,
I'm going
they both can't
LA.
lose. One of them is going to have to win.
I've got to go LA on that one for Freddie Freeman.
Yeah,
only for Freddie Freeman.
I can understand that. Snap, the kick is up, and it is good.
Anybody but Philly.
2:58 left to go in the third. Columbus leading Hardaway 38-7 in the Midtown Showdown on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Back after this.
Houlihan serves fresh, handcrafted dishes made just the way you like them. Juicy burgers, sizzling steaks, crisp salads, and shareable appetizers set the table for every appetite. Relax with friends, celebrate special moments, or enjoy a casual night out. Houlihan's delivers great food, great drinks, and great times, with 2 locations in Columbus, downtown at the Marriott Hotel and on Sidney Simons Boulevard at the Doubletree Hotel.
Kinnett Stadium. Ricky, I tell you, this is a rivalry in other sports too. How about that baseball rivalry in the 90s with Coach Bobby Howard and Coach Tracy Powell?
That was a 3-headed monster because you also had Coach Tony Dimitri at Jordan. And those 3 schools had some
Charles Flowers at Shaw.
Yeah, those 4 schools had some straight-up battles. You know, proud to be a Jordan Red Jacket. And Jordan got their fair share of wins back then, but you know, now my allegiance is with Northside now, and it's fun to watch Coach Powell. I cannot wait for high school baseball season to come back.
I know you can't either.
Just a few short months away.
As you are the public address announcer for Northside Baseball. You take a lot of pride in it. And always enjoyed chopping it up with you in the press box when we were on the call on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And we're hoping that we can get you to call some Northside road games.
I'm excited about that opportunity. And, you know, like we discussed earlier, I know these kids. I've watched a lot of these kids play together since Little League. And, you know, watching them come together and grow and mature and turn into really good ball players, it's been one of the biggest joys I've had.
Look at this. Ball's on the 30-yard line. What is this play?
That was a kickoff from penalties.
Look, this is not arena football. They don't get awarded 2 points for the deuce. What is going on?
That was due to penalties.
Yeah, because of all those penalties.
Yep.
Yeah, but you got to, like, try to go for the onside kick there. The ball's at the 30-yard line. What do you got to lose?
I think Coach Peters is probably looking more after the health of his players than he is putting more points on the board at this point. I won't say you've got it in the bag because we all know that's not necessarily true, but it's getting to be gut check time for Hardaway.
I agree, but next year the new GHSA playoff rules with the at-large bids, 24 at-large bids, the automatic qualifiers are going to be your region champions. You could have a second-place team miss out on the playoffs because of their strength of schedule and in the power rankings. So, you know, these teams are going to be running up the score.
Yeah, and, you know, I still would like some more information on that, how they're going to pick that, if that's just going to be a group of people in the room. We're going whole college football playoff committee rules, you know. And unfortunately, it's going to become about style points. And it's going to become you're playing a team that doesn't have the greatest record. You better hang 40 to 60 on them, or, you know, that's going to be a strike against you. If you can only muster 24 points against a team that doesn't have a win all season, you know, that's going to be bad news for you.
I mean, there's some 7A schools like Brookwood and Archer. They're good 7A schools, but they play 7A schools, and that's why their record hasn't reflected how good they have been. So that's going to be interesting. And I think they might go back to 7A because I was told they're doing away with Class 1A Division I and Class 1A Division II.
So go back to 7A. We'll get some big heavyweight matches. You know, again, you know, look at Carver. Carver, everybody knows by now that they didn't look their best when they played Shaw. You know, Shaw hung around with them for a little while.
That's right.
And games like that, when it comes down to leaving it in the hands of people and what their opinions are, games like that can come back and bite you in the butt. So you've got to make sure that you're up for every single game and you're playing hard every single game.
Williams back. Actually, we got Cameron Alexander now at quarterback for Hardaway.
Man, penalties just keep piling up. This second half, we've seen more flags since the start of the second half than we saw the entire first half.
Yeah, no question about it. So Hardaway, so the last time Hardaway made the playoffs, I remember it well. The year was 2021. They went 6-5. Obviously, they had one of the greatest defensive linemen to ever come out of this area, Michael Williams.
Big San Francisco 49er now.
Yeah, which would go on and wreak havoc, win two national championships with Georgia, and then now is wreaking havoc for the San Francisco 49ers with that young defense. Feeling the pressure, he just takes it off, and that's going to be incomplete as Andrew Smith was hoping
really
for
close.
an interception.
Man, is there anything Andrew Smith can't do?
Fits.
And, you know, I said earlier I was looking forward to watching him grow, but he is a senior. He will be graduating this year, which let's give him props for that, too, because graduating from Columbus High School was no easy feat.
No question.
Andrew Smith is, you know, one of those players that I'm hoping he's getting some attention college-wise. I think he'd make a coach really happy.
I'm telling you, more high school kids are going to want to be Travis Hunter.
Right.
They see Travis Hunter, and they feel that they could do what Travis Hunter does.
It's a pretty bold strategy, though, if you're Coach Peters, letting your quarterback, kid that's got the keys to your offense, play defense as well. You're risking injury, and he's been out there on special teams as well tonight, returning a kickoff for a touchdown, first play of the game.
You see a lot of smaller schools that maybe dress 30 or 40 players that they have players that play both ways.
Right.
Well, 41 seconds left to go here in the third. 38-7 here in the Midtown Showdown, as this broadcast is brought to you by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, Kinetic Credit Union, Coca-Cola, and the Houston Clinic. It's Ricky Rogers. It's Richard Holdridge. And this, by the way, is our official first game calling together. Handoff is to Garinger. Garinger is close to the marker and gets taken out of bounds. Big run.
Football-wise, we were able to call a softball game, Brookstone and Westfield School.
Oh, and this is our first football game.
This is
That's
our first
We
football
called it
game together.
Westfield School softball game. That's right.
And it is an honor to work beside you, Richard. Nobody in this town knows their craft as well as you, and it's an honor to work next to you.
Well, thank you. Who would have thought that a kid from California who didn't grow up with the passion of college football would make it in the South?
There you go.
My goodness, growing up as a kid, I mean, I was hungry for college football, and we had Cal and Stanford.
Now we have them in the ACC.
And now they're in the
Advance.
ACC.
Right.
Tell me it makes sense. It doesn't make
The
any sense.
All-Coast Conference.
And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter.
It's a big one.
And Ryan Miller gets a big run. And Columbus is going to have a good field position when we start the fourth quarter.
If you're Coach Peters, do you maybe go with your next quarterback in line?
Possibly some backups in there.
I think I know you want to make a statement here, but you got 3 tough games coming up: Kendrick, Sumter County, and
oh yeah,
you need Andrew Smith to be healthy. You need him to be good for those 3 games to take you through the home stretch and get ready for potential playoff berth.
Yeah, Columbus is going to go to 6-1, and they've got a massive game against Kendrick. And I think the winner of that game is going to make the playoffs. And Columbus is after that. They got to play Spencer, and then they wrap up the season against Sumter County.
Sumter County, we know is not going to be an easy task. Who knows what Sumter does? If they're out, if they lose to Carver tomorrow night, or if they get beat or they beat Carver tomorrow night, you then kind of coast and get ready for playoffs. So, are they going to play their full squad? Are they going to have their starters out there?
So they do have a running clock in the fourth quarter. I do want to say Columbus's only loss, 63-7 against Carver. This game was 7-7 going into the second quarter. They actually had a long, methodical drive with Andrew Smith. He went toe-to-toe with that Carver defense. It's just that Carver has so much depth on that defense, they were able to make the adjustments.
Well, and it seems to be a story for Carver this season that they kind of come out and sleepwalk a little bit. And
it's Ryan Miller.
They absolutely cannot do that tomorrow night. They've got to come out playing from the moment the whistle blows till the moment the last whistle blows. They've got to play all game, and they've got to give it everything they've got to beat a really good Sumter County team.
Yeah, their closest win of the margin of victory was to Northside. They won that game 32-14. Week 1, they took on Whitewater, so that was the first time they were in a hostile environment in Fayetteville. They won 51-25. You're saying, well, they gave up 25 points. Well, you got to remember, that was a hostile environment. Whitewater was probably throwing the kitchen sink at them. I expect Sumter County to do the same thing. If Sumter County gets an early touchdown and fires up that crowd, how is Carver going to respond? How is your young freshman quarterback, Sebastian Hurd, going to respond? He's got 11 touchdowns this season, and he's got that 3-headed monster of Jacoby Castlin, Kelson Tarver, and the freshman phenom, Zach Watts.
Well, and you start looking at common opponents to try to kind of see what the game could look like. And Spencer is obviously a common opponent for both schools. And Sumter County kind of had their way with Kendrick, with Spencer, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and Kendrick.
Yeah, so, you got to start thinking, if you're Carver, you got to hope some things go your way tomorrow night. You're going to be on the road, like you said, hostile environment, small town USA. Town is going to be ready. That place is going to be jumping. So And I cannot wait to get down there to experience
I cannot wait
it.
to watch it on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. That town is going to shut down. New quarterback in is Robert Peters. That's a big run all the way almost to the goal line. I want to say, that's Michael Fox.
Robert Peters, quarterback. I wonder if he's any kin.
That's what I'm wondering. It's a common last name, but that might be the coach's son. He is a sophomore, so we are looking at the future of the Columbus Blue Devils here.
And based on that play, he did hand the ball off, but offense moved crisply. So, he's obviously, I'm sure he's had some time to play this season already.
Peters, hand off to Miller. Ball's
mistake.
on the ground.
Big
Hardaway's got it. And it's going to be a fumble recovery for Hardaway. And
that was an exchange issue between the quarterback and the back.
Dennis Richardson with the fumble recovery.
And I'll tell you what, everybody was standing around looking for that ball. That Hardaway kid, if he would have had one little window, he would take it into the house.
Well, it's the fourth quarter. We got a running clock. Hardaway's now playing for pride. You're 0-6. You want to get some momentum because you got a game against another winless team next week in the Jordan Red Jackets. I know that game is near and dear to your heart because you are a proud Jordan alumni. Somebody is going to pick up their first win of the season.
Yeah, and, Thrift Behringer, if you're listening right now, I want to be on the call for that game.
Yes, sir.
Would love to see my Red Jackets come out and put a thumping on Hardaway. But, one thing you can rest assured, like Richard said, somebody's going to get a win, and it's going to be a bright spot in somebody's season, Hardaway or Jordan.
They cannot wait for that. Well, Hardaway still playing tough. Jacoby Henry on the carry, about a 5-yard gain. Yeah, it feels like fall weather already. I mean, I was told the temperature is going to drop into the low 60s, upper 50s, and it's starting to get a little crisp out here.
Yeah, it is a beautiful night for football, and earlier the Columbus cheerleaders had their jackets on. They've taken them off now. They're showing folks they ain't weak. They don't need jackets.
Yeah, there we go. Alexander hands off to, was that Deshaun Land?
Andrew Smith still on the field, playing defense now.
.8:39 left to go here at Kinnett Stadium. The only game in town this week because most of the Muskogee County schools are on their fall break. Kendrick, Jordan, Shaw, and Spencer all on a bye. Northside taking on Griffin. We'll try to get a score update in that game.
I'll tell you, Richard, we've got to start thinking about the Alex Quinney Good Hands All-State Player of the Game.
Oh, what a catch by number 28, Ramon Boynton.
He decided to go east-west instead of north-south, and I think if he would have stuck north-south, I think he might have gotten to the end zone on that.
And that's the biggest play of the night for Hardaway by Ramon Boynton, who is a junior. I wonder, is he related to Rihanna Boynton? Because a star player for the Hardaway Lady Hawks.
With Hardaway, they are young, and that's a plus. These kids are hanging around. They stick it out, and they come out next year. They've got another year of experience under their belt, and they will hopefully have some better results on the field and in the win-loss column.
Alexander, the handoff to Henry, a couple yards on the play. By the way, Griffin leading Northside 40-14. That escalated quick. It was 14-14. All of a sudden, Griffin. They beat Harris County pretty bad last week. This is a much improved Griffin team.
Absolutely. That whole region is that's a difficult region in any sport.
It's crazy.
Basketball, baseball, softball, football. You've got some big-time teams. Central Carrollton's in that region.
Stars
Harris
Mill.
County, Northside, Stars Mill. it's the list goes on. Those teams, those games are easy to win and easy to lose. Just about every time you line up to play in any sport.
Yeah, that's going to be an encroachment call on Columbus. It's going to give Hardaway some 5 free yards here. And part of this Midtown Showdown, I want to acknowledge that these two schools made history. They have 2 female athletic directors, Coach Danielle McCoy for Columbus, Coach Kelly Ellison for Hardaway.
That is, we're seeing
it's groundbreaking
women referees now in the NFL and college game, and it's great to see. As someone who has a granddaughter, I love to see women getting their chance to excel in these typically male-dominated fields.
That's going to be a first down for Jacoby Henry, and now Hardaway. This is their best drive of the game so far. They're in Columbus territory with 6:14 left to go. And to top it all off, both athletic directors for Columbus and Hardaway are part of the Georgia Alabama Sports Live family. Coach Danielle McCoy, you can catch on office hours. Coach Kelly Ellison, you can catch on sideline stories with Kim and Kelly. I love the fact that we feature both these shows.
I'll tell you what, Georgia Alabama Sports Live family, we too deep. We are covering every aspect of high school sports in Muskogee County.
We have another flag. Ricky, we do have a break in action. You got to plug your podcast. Tell us how we can listen to it. I think this is revolutionary, especially with the Cleanstones ending their season about a month ago. We're missing Cleanstones baseball. Man, we are just cannot wait until April.
Yeah, I'm pumped up. So Stonercast is now we've just released a bonus episode. We are releasing episode 4 in the morning. It is with Danny Enright, who is the manager of field operations at Synovus Park. Nice. He goes in depth. He tells us about the drainage systems and the way that they've built up mounds from the dirt. He talks about experiences with players, and of course he gives us his opinion on Columbus and just how much he loved this first season with the fans in Synovus Park. So, it's on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You can check it out tomorrow. Please like, subscribe, and share. Give it a listen. Let us know just what you think. My partner, Dave Norris, he comes in remotely from Pell City, Alabama, born and raised in Columbus, and he loves baseball, and this team was really kind of a dream come true for him. He said over the years as a child he wished for a Braves minor league team to come, and we've got it. And Columbus showed up this year for the Clingstones, and I hope that repeats next year. The players that we've talked to absolutely loved this town. We talked with Brett Sears earlier this week, a pitcher for the Braves who's risen through the ranks of the Braves farm system, and he talked about his family coming and they went whitewater rafting and just how much this town, they love this town. So, yeah, please listen. We would love to have you as a part of our audience. We'd be honored if you took the time to listen to some of these episodes.
Absolutely. And I think Cam Alexander's a little hard count there that gets Columbus to jump. You gotta be disciplined, especially with a running clock. I know that the players want to try to get out of here, I don't know if they're going to go back to practice. They're playing on a Thursday night. You got fall break. A lot of them would just be going on vacation this weekend.
Yeah, they're probably going to leave this game and take the pads off, get back to school, get dressed, and not see that place again until maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'm sure Coach Peters and his staff will have them back in the film room at some point this weekend. But we deal with it in baseball every year. Baseball shuts down at spring break, and you've always got the players that want to go out of town, and the coaches are the big bad guys that say, nope, we got practice all through spring break.
Hardaway with the football. The handoff is to Jacoby Henry, and he gets a couple of yards back. 5:20 left to go here in this game. So Columbus is going to go to 6-1. They're looking to make the playoffs for the first time since 2018. And I know that they have got some winnable games on their schedule. Their next opponent is Kendrick, who's 4-3. And they look like they're much improved from last year, and they're trying to make a playoff push. So this is going to be a big game the next opponent that Columbus has.
You know, Columbus residents, be proud. Hardaway, or Columbus is back.
Hit.
Columbus football is back. Kendrick football is making a strong statement that they are up and coming. They are on their way. And, you know, it's great to see as a lifelong Columbus resident.
Yeah, no problem. By the way, that was definitely a huge hit by Landon Fegans. You saw that. He just tattooed that player for Hardaway. Got 4:15 left to go. It's a 2nd and 3. That was a 7-yard gain.
Columbus is getting ready to get their Midtown Showdown hardware that they get to take back to Cherokee Avenue with them.
Yeah, they do play for a trophy. I mean, I know it's a trophy that will be cherished by both teams. There's a long throw by Cam Alexander, and it's tip drills and no flag on the play. That was good coverage by Landon Figgins. The intended receiver was Adrian Taylor. I tell you what, this junior Cam Alexander, he has shown that he could throw the football.
Figgins did the old seatbelt demonstration. He locked him up on that play. Really good coverage by Figgins on that. Really good attempt at catching that ball from the Hardaway receiver as well.
When we talk about, I mean, obviously this rivalry, it really runs deep because of the close proximity of these two schools. But Columbus also has another rival. They were the two oldest schools in Columbus. Your alma mater, the Jordan Red Jackets.
Yes, sir. Columbus is the first school. Jordan was the second, originally Columbus Industrial School.
Alexander, he was trying to get out of a tackle. He's going nowhere on that play.
And I tell you, I am proud to be a Red Jacket. I am very proud of the things Jordan is doing. They are preparing kids that may not be able to go to college. They want to enter the workforce, and they're giving kids the opportunity to learn to drive heavy equipment. And those kids are leaving school ready to get out and make $24, $25 an hour straight out of high school, which is pretty amazing. So Jordan definitely has its place. And, you know, athletic director Russell Scott is one of the most amazing humans on the face of this
question.
earth. So, and he has influenced and loved on kids in this town for many, many years. Jordan students. You won't meet a Jordan alumni that doesn't know who Coach Russell Scott is.
Turnover on downs by Hardaway, and Peters in at quarterback. And the handoff is to Ryan Miller. Gets about 4 yards on the play. And as we're under the 2-minute mark, it's 1:45 left to go. Hey, Ricky, I think it's time to name an Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. You got somebody in mind?
Oh, you know, I've got to go with the quarterback from Columbus. He's been dominant all night. That kick return really set the tone. For this game. He showed Hardaway that, hey, we are here, we mean business, and that trophy is coming to Cherokee Avenue with us tonight. So
that is a great
big ups to Andrew Smith. What a great quarterback. What a great game he's had tonight. Both games I've watched him in, he has been terrific in both games. Doing it with his legs, with his arms, doing it on defense, doing it on special teams. He was not going to be stopped tonight. So congratulations to Andrew Smith.
Absolutely. The Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game is Andrew Smith. It looks like Columbus is going to try to run maybe another play. I don't think they have to. It looks like they're going to take it down and split this Midtown Showdown as the trophy comes back to Columbus. Hardaway won it last year. Columbus is going to win it this year. Great job by both teams, really, in making this football game an event. There's a new running back on the play. That was Ryan Edwards, a freshman. We'll definitely see him in the future. But Columbus defeats Hardaway in the Midtown Showdown 38-7 to push their record to 6-1. Hardaway goes to 0-7. Hardaway takes on Jordan next Thursday night. Columbus takes on Kendrick. Ricky, your final thoughts before we close the broadcast on the Midtown Showdown.
I'll tell you what, Richard, just huge congratulations to Coach Robert Peters and his Columbus High Blue Devils. What a terrific turnaround they've had. He is he's got a goal in mind, I believe, and that's to be a playoff team every year. And he's on the right path, that's for sure. Huge congrats also to Andrew Smith on a fantastic game. He's fun to watch.
Well, this was a team effort by Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I thank you, Ricky, but we also got to thank our outstanding production crew, the Big Cheese, Louis Sandville, and of course, Crazy Chris. For Ricky Rogers, I'm Richard Holdridge, saying so long from Kinnett Stadium. Once again, the Columbus Blue Devils defeat the Hardaway Hawks 38-7. Hope you enjoy all the football coverage on Georgia Alabama Sports Live tomorrow. We've got 6 games, including the game of the week, which you'll be at Carver, Sumter County. We also have the battle for the Brucelli Jug, Smith Station, Auburn, Glenwood, Dadeville, Calvary, Westfield School in Harris County, taking on Stars Mill. What a lineup. Man, I cannot wait for the halftime show at the Beck Center.
Wall-to-wall coverage tomorrow night. Y'all be sure to tune in. Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hey, Ricky, we coming.
We coming.
Have a great night, everybody.